Imagine a person who decides to leave behind the comforts of modern life and venture into the wilderness to build their own shelter and provide for themselves. This was the story of Richard Pronacker, who in 1968 at the age of 52 moved to the remote regions of Alaska and lived there alone for nearly 3 decades. He built a log cabin with his own hands using only local materials and kept detailed records of his life in the wild. Now ask yourself, could you do the same? What if you didn't have a choice? Imagine civilization has vanished and you must rebuild it from scratch, from fire and tools to houses, food and technology. In this video we will break down the step-by-step process of creating civilization from the ground up. How to make fire and melt metals, how to purify water and grow food, how to create tools and build shelter, how to restore writing and even basic electronics. Step 1. Fire. The foundation of civilization. Without fire, you cannot stay warm, cook food, or melt metal. It's one of the oldest technology breakthroughs that helped humanity escape the primitive state. How to make fire in the wild. There are several proven methods our ancestors used. Bow and drill method. To make fire by friction, you need a bow with a string, a dry stick, and a wooden board. The bow helps spinning the stick faster, creating friction that heats up tinder, dry leaves, bark, moss until it ignites. Flint and steel method. Striking a piece of metal against flint produces sparks. Those sparks fall onto tinder, begin to smolder, and with the right airflow ignite into a flame. How to build a fire. Even if you have a spark, you need to know how to properly construct a fire. Start with thin, dry kindle and make small twigs. Then gradually add larger logs until the fire is fully burning. How to use a fire. Boiling water kills bacteria and makes it safe to drink. Cooking food. Some foods are difficult to digest raw. Metalworking. Fire allows ore to be melted and turned into tools. But even with fire, a person cannot survive long without water. The next step is finding and purifying it. Step 2. Water. The key to life. A person can survive without food for weeks, but not more than 3 days without water. That makes finding and purifying it a top priority. Where to find water? Rivers, lakes, springs, the most obvious sources. Dew can be collected from grass or leaves in the morning. Groundwater, if no bodies of water are nearby, digging in the low-lying areas or near rocks may reveal water closer to the surface. How to purify water? Filtration. Passing water through layers of sand, charcoal and fabric removes physical impurities. Boiling. The best way to kill bacteria and viruses. Solar distillation evaporates dirty water, leaving contaminants behind, while condensation is collected as clean water. Now we have fire and water. The next step is securing a food supply. Because without a stable source of food, survival is impossible in the long run. Step 3. Food. The basic of survival. Early humans relied on hunting and gathering, but true civilization began with agriculture and animal domestication. Growing crops, people started cultivating plants because it provided predictable harvest and winter food supplies. Grains, wheat, barley, corn, the foundation of the diet, a source of energy. Legumes, beans, peas, lentils, rich in protein and long-lasting storage. Vegetables, potatoes, carrots, cabbage, essential for vitamins and fiber. Hand plows were used to cultivate land, and irrigation channels and water lifting mechanisms were built for watering. Domesticating animals. Cows, goats, milk, meat, hides, sheep, wool and meat, chickens, eggs, pigs, fat and meat, bees, honey and natural pollination. How to preserve food. Salting removes moisture and prevents bacterial growth. Drying and smoking preserves meat, fish and fruits. Storing in fat. Keep foods fresh for months. Underground cellars maintain a stable, temperature and protect against rodents. Now that we have a steady food supply, we need tools to process it and create more advanced technologies. Step 4. Tools, the path to progress. Civilizations cannot be built without tools. Stone and bone tools. The first knives, axes and hammers. Metallurgy, melting copper, bronze and later iron. Pottery, making ceramic vessels for storing water and food. Simple machines, wheels, pulleys and levers forming the basic for construction. With tools in hand, the next step is building shelter. Step 5. How to build shelter. Shelter is not just protection, but the foundation of growing societies. Early shelters dug out huts made of branches and clay. Stone and brick houses, stronger and more durable. Water supply, wells, irrigation channels, aqueducts, infrastructure, roads, bridges, fortifications. Once permanent settlements appeared, people needed a way to pass down knowledge and technology. Step 6. Communication and knowledge. Without information exchange, civilization cannot progress. First writing system, knotted cords, cave paintings, clay tablets and parchment, early ways to record information. The printing process enabled mass knowledge distribution. Early electricity sources, batteries, telegraphs. The faster knowledge spread around, the faster civilizations advanced. Humanity has come a long way, from the first fire in caves to modern megacities. But all of it stands on a fragile foundation of technology and knowledge. What if the foundation were to disappear? If electricity failed, factories shut down and cities crumbled into ruins. Could you rebuild civilization? In this video we broke down step by step how to make fire, find water, secure food, create tools, build shelter and even pass on knowledge. These skills form the core of survival and society's development. But how do you apply this in real life? How do you not just survive but revive the technologies that took thousands of years to create? The book is an encyclopedia of humanity's greatest inventions and discoveries, handcrafted with illustrations that blend engineering diagrams and historical art. It will be your key to survival and progress in any world, whether our own or an alternative world. If you want to prepare for any scenario, restore the knowledge of ancient craftsmen and learn how to create technology from scratch, order the book today. Unlock the world of forgotten knowledge. Click the link now.